venga Jesús al Salvador. Las naciones unidas como hermanas, bienvenida daremos al Señor. No habrá necesidad de la luz al resplandor.
Hi, welcome to the Amazonian Medical Mission. My name is Clinton, here from the northwestern part of Bolivia in the Amazon rainforest. As you can see, I'm in the jungle again because over there they're doing construction and it's a bit noisy, and so our chair has a lot more insects. Very hot this morning again, sweating like crazy, and this attracts the insects to me. And so if I'm doing all this hand movements as well, just get rid of the insects. Alright, so let's get straight into the presentation now. So the radio station is standing still right now, but we only can do that much, so we work in the health center right now. But I want to talk about the radio station. Now, why a radio station? And this is a very interesting thing that I discovered in the Bible. Now let's go directly to the Bible, go to Ephesians 2 verse 2. Ephesians 2 verse 2 says, wherein in time past he walked according to the course of this world. So he's speaking to people that are going according to the world. Now in the past, it means that they've somehow come back to God, according to the prince of the power of the air. So Satan, they were following Satan's ways through his power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. So somehow, this is so interesting, so somehow Satan has control over the air, the power, or something, or not control, I would say he has something about the air that he uses to further his work or his power on this earth. Now Satan is an intruder, okay? Now when we read in the Bible, it says there that man was given dominion on the earth, not Satan. Man was created from the earth, the body, the physical, but the spirit comes from heaven, okay? Because it comes from God and our Father which art in heaven. So it's not our Father which art on earth, our Father which art in heaven. So our Father, it means we are from heaven, but our bodies are of this earth. And that's why when we walk barefoot and we have a better connection, our food, everything comes from this earth. This earth is still the resource. Our source of everything is our Father which art in heaven. So everything of life comes from Him. This world cannot exist on its own. Okay, so independence on this earth is not God's plan. God wanted this earth to be a kingdom government planet in the physical realm. Alright, so let's get back to this thing about the power of the air. I don't understand all that stuff, but I know that Satan loves to use radios because the music around anywhere you go is terrible, and he loves using television, this entertainment and all this stuff. He uses the power of the air. So I said, look, I don't want Satan here. I'm in charge because God has given me dominion, not him. Satan can't lie and confuse us. And Satan is illegal. He is illegal. So therefore, we can tell the illegal, because I'm a citizen of heaven. So therefore, we can tell him legally to get lost. Go away, leave us. And I don't want him on the earth. I don't want him to possess anybody. I don't even want him to own nothing even in the air. So the radio station is being built to take the power of the air back to God, or to us, to God given us management of this earth. All right, so in his resources of this earth, we need to manage these things for God's glory and to be fruitful and multiply, make things out of it to make for his glory. And the fruitfulness of this earth is to benefit other people. Okay, so let's take back the power of the air. So I don't even want Satan in this area. I want him out. I want the kingdom of heaven here. Satan out, get lost. I don't declare independence from heaven. I want to be under the colonial influence of heaven, and therefore Satan, go away. And we can tell him that because we are the citizens, not him. All right, his citizenship was supposed to be in heaven a long time ago. He forfeited that. He's out. He's not even nothing of it anymore. So therefore he's come here thinking he can continue his whatever of here, but we can also tell him, go away. I don't want you here. Okay? But many people have been, as the Bible verse says, they are still under his spell. Now, a radio uses radio waves. Television uses radio waves. So our radio station is going to be, first of all, a radio. We're going to take back the power of the air. Then we're going to get Red Hat Veneer to put up their equipment so they can have television in the area. So it's going to be with our ministry. They're going to work. They're going to put their equipment in our ministry. Okay, so that we're going to have television. Then we're going to have the Tamani School, that building. That little building, 6 meters by 10 meters. All right. So look at all the things we're going to do there. All right. So then I'm using my hand. Then we're going to have an outreach center. All right. It's for pamphlet distribution. But that's a place where we can keep it. Okay, and then we're going to have our outreach vehicle over there. Okay, keeping it there is much better and nicer to keep it over there, and more practical. Okay, then we're going to have a recording studio there to do more productions. We're going to teach the kids how to sing. We're going to do video productions on YouTube. Okay, then we're going to do health food products. We're going to distribute health food products from that building. And we're going to have a book center. Our book center, ABC Book Center, Amazonian Book Center, which we have here, which is not very practical because it needs to be a bit closer to the town where there's more, more ways of getting it out. So we're going to have 8 ministries in one building, in a 6 meters by 10 meter building. Now, I don't like the idea of using a building once a week for a few hours. I think it's a terrible waste of God's resources. We need to use our buildings, and our buildings are built, the radio station is going to be built really well, beautiful and clean, and it's going to be an inspiration to people to build things better in this town. And so people will see it and they go, wow, this is a nice building, but neat and practical, nothing crazy. It's just a little box with a roof on it, built beautiful, and it's going to serve God 24 hours. Now, the radio station is also really good because a lot of the people have radios around here. There's only one radio station in town, which I don't think is really good at all. And we're going to be the radio station that's going to take over the town and bring in the culture of heaven to this town. 24 hours, we're going to be broadcasting beautiful music, everything going to do with the culture of heaven. You know, people, what they hear, they start assimilating into their mind, and then for the culture of heaven will come in through the power of the air, bring the culture of heaven to this town, to this community, and we want this to expand, but we want to impress people, you watching, to do radios in places where you're from. We've received many messages from people from Haiti, Guadalupe. I didn't even know where that was, and they speak French, so I don't even know how they even listen to these presentations because we do it in Spanish and English. And she translated what I was saying to French so that she can send us a message, thanking us so much for the messages we send, because they've been seeking about the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. So it's been so great that we are from a little place here in the Amazon jungle, which is so difficult to work here because there's no internet where we are, a little bit of internet in town, which is sometimes on and off, and yet we can reach people in Guadalupe. Greetings there. And also in Africa. Wow, I received messages from Africa. Ghana. And we have received messages from Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe. And I've encouraged them. They've been so encouraged by the videos that I encourage you as well. Continue the work there. The kingdom of heaven needs to be there. We can't be centralized. We need to have places all over, like the leaves of water, and go spread out all over the place and go start up radio stations, go start up health centers. And I want to encourage you, watch our videos, and we make videos of your own so we can share and network. You know, I'm going to get into this thing about lions. So I'm speaking about Africa, but let me just quickly go into this about the radio station. So the radio station, great. We're going to do videos. We're going to do great things with the power of the air. And Satan, you're out. Okay, I know that you're causing problems here and all sorts of things, and I don't care because God has given us an ability to solve problems, and the more problems He makes, the more problems we can solve, and our greatness lies in solving problems. All right. Look at David. David killed Goliath. We wouldn't know about David unless he sorted that problem out. So let us also be. Our greatness lie in solving problems, and Satan can go somewhere else. Okay, he's just going to give up. All right, next. So that's about the radio station. Now, a question we received Okay, sorry, insects again. The question we received was, what about education? Where do we send our kids? Now, I do not want to send my kids ever to public school. Ever. Never. All right, so this is a really, really important quotation from the Spirit Prophecy. It says, the educational system advocated in these testimonies is the same as that given to all Christians from Abraham down. It is the only system of education which Christians can safely follow if they desire to preserve their children in the true faith. I'm going to repeat that. This is so important, this. It is the only, there's no option 2, the only system of education which Christians can safely follow if they desire to preserve their children in the faith. Secular schools are not and never were intended for the children of Christians. They are for those of this world whose citizenship is here. Please, this is such an important quotation. Read it again. Now, in our areas we have Mennonites. Now, Mennonites do not send the kids to public school. They say it's detrimental to send them to public school. And also they finish school at 14 years old. They finish school already. They don't go to school until 18. They straight from 14 they go and help the parents and start doing work and things like that. And I think the Amish are the same, and I really admire that. And the Spirit Prophecy speaks on the same things. We're not to send the kids forever to school. The kids need to learn really quickly and practical, and young kids should not even be stuck into school books all the time. They should be learning about nature. Now, where I'm speaking from is a book called Child Guidance by Ellen White. Really study that book. That book is so important. Before you even have kids, read that book. Study the book. I think you should read the book from early age already. You should learn this book from kids when you're learning in school. It should be a school book. And we should have a little house, a little two-room schools where we are to train up the kids, to protect them from this world. You know, God says that stay away from the tree of good and evil. And so obviously somehow evil was able to exist because of imaginations. But God did not want us to know evil, all right? The only way we can know about evil is if we go and look for evil. But if you don't know evil exists, then therefore you're not attracted to looking for it, all right? So let's get these things of evil out of us. So we need to start with our home and start with our children. Our children should not go to public school. They should be protected, living in the country, growing up around God's creation, studying it for at least up till the age of 7 years old, and then going to school, learning how to read and write, the basic stuff. And I think finish school at 14, and then we train them to be fruitful and multiply, to solve problems, think for themselves, train them up to be under the authority of God and to be useful for His service. All right, so that's the best answer I give. So look, go get the book Child Guidance, and the answers are all there. There's quotations about how to make you fit for the kingdom of heaven for children, and that would be to homeschool in the beginning. Parents have mothers have a great responsibility in training up the children directly, and then if you want to get a little bit more with more specialized things into a little church school. And then there's someone about you need to make sure that those children have no influence of the world in them at all. Protect that. And we're going to be answering to God one day to, where is your child? How come he's not with you? How come he's not in the kingdom? Where is your child? Meaning that your actually children are your brothers and sisters that you're raising up in heaven. Okay? The heavenly kingdom. And so never lose sight of this question of what about education? There are plenty of resources to the Spirit of Prophecy, which I'm repeatedly going to say is about the kingdom of heaven culture. It's not religious. When I say religious, it's not competing with the world's religions. There are some crazy ideas out there. We are children of the citizen of heaven, and we do not conform to the citizenships of this world. All right, so the next question I will get into is about lions. Okay, now let's go to the Bible, and we're going to see, remember last presentation was about Ephesians 1 verse 4, about Before the foundations of the earth, God had us in mind. Okay? That was before the world or anything of this stuff was created. Before that. So that's chronological order. There, Ephesians 1 verse 4 was the beginning, and now we're going to go to Genesis 1, and we're going to go to verses 26. And it says there, and I read this last time too, it says, God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them, that's plural, that's male and female, have dominion over the fishes of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. All right. So here's this key word again: dominion. Okay. Now, what is dominion? As we said, the word here is rada, or the other word is machlakak, meaning you need to have kingdom authority on this earth as a king. All right. And now a king has not subjects. Okay, I know that worldly ideas, they say subjects. No, we're not subjects. That means sub means below. We like almost like a reject. Subject, reject. You're below anything. You're below me. No, you're not. God says you not have any control over people. Nowhere does it say that. So God wants us to have dominion over animals and over God's resources, but not of people. Now, I know people that have criticized that and say, how can you say that? How are we supposed to have followers, especially pastors? They love to be control over people. Okay? Remember in the Bible, Jesus Christ had dealt with these disciples. Disciples were called aside and asked to pull out a demon out of the person, and the disciples couldn't do it. So then these people went to Jesus and they said, hey, your disciples can't pull out the demon. What's going on here? So what did Jesus do? Did he go to the demon? No, he didn't. He went straight to his disciples and said, what is wrong with you? I'm only here for a short time. I will leave. Jesus does not want people to be like low. He wants us to be like him. What was that? In 2 years, Jesus wanted his disciples to be like him. Now, why are you sitting in church 20 years and still think you're a sheep? They call the pastor is a pastor of sheep. Okay? Now, Jesus Christ in the Bible is refers to himself as a lion. Okay, there are verses, but the stem of the lion, which is from David. All right, so the lion. All right. Now I'm from Africa, and I've seen lions. And now in South America, you probably only see them in the zoo, and then they kind of look like dummy little kitties over there or something. But in Africa, they're like in nature reserves, protected huge areas. And they have a very, very unique character. Now, as you would learn about lions, they will say that they are the king of the jungle. King. It's interesting. The reference to a lion is a king. Okay, malakak or rara, or they have this dominion in the jungle. Well, actually not the jungle. I know in Africa that they don't live in jungles. They live in the savannas. Okay, I guess it was just people trying to make up stories when they go back to Europe and they never had lions there or something. I don't know what. But I know also in the coats of arms in the British coats of arms, they have the lion. Well, I think they understood the character of a lion. God created a lion. He knows what he put into the lion. And Jesus referred to himself as a lion. So therefore we should study a lion to see what Jesus was talking about. Now, we have people around in our area, they name their children is called Leo. Leo, which is another word for lion, or also like in South Africa we have the name Leonie, meaning lioness, okay, as a name for people. But I've never heard of a person calling himself a sheep. Oh, this is my son, his name is Sheep. Or in this country we say Oberge. Now, I never heard anybody ever call their children sheep. But lions, yes, we have the names lion, Leo, Leonie. Now, lions have a certain boldness about them. They're in the savannah. I mean, there are animals out there that could just kill a lion. Okay, they are. There is elephants. Elephants can easily squash a lion. Hippopotamus is really dangerous. It can kill a lion. A hyena can crush a lion's legs. The crocodile can kill a lion. So there are things out there. It's just like the lion is like indestructible. But a lion by observing lions, they don't have any fear. And that's like us. God says that we are made in his image. And if you are made in God's image, you're like God, you're His children, you're made of His stuff, like your own parents, you build like your own stuff of your parents. If you fear, God has no fear, therefore you malfunction. You have abused yourself because you are not fulfilling your design. One of the biggest problems we deal with health patients is anxiety. All right? Anxiety should not exist in human beings if they are made in the image of God. Lions do not fear nothing. All right? They have this thing called perspective. It's totally different. They look at a lion, they look at a hippopotamus, and they don't say, "Oh, this guy is so dangerous. He can kill me." Oh, blah blah, whatever. He's like, "No, this guy's lunch." Really, they'll eat a hippopotamus, no problem. Lions will eat anything practically that they can get hold of. All right. Now, one lion on its own. Now, remember, lion is a leader. Now, one lion on its own, he's not afraid of nothing, but he knows his potential, and he says, "Look, I can't take down this elephant. I can't take that hippopotamus over there, because these things will kill me if I do. I don't want to be stupid about this. But I'm going to call other lions to help me." He doesn't call for sheep. He doesn't call for anything else, because sheep are so stupid. They need a pasture so they don't fall into a ditch or fall off the side of a cliff or something. They're actually just really stupid animals. It's an insult to be called a sheep. God doesn't want us to keep us as sheep. We are sheep when we are part of this worldly stupid system. But once we're citizens of heaven, we are no longer sheep. We are like Jesus Christ. We should be progressing to be like Jesus Christ every step of our lives, and therefore we will be like a lion. Now, obviously, we're humans. We're way beyond a lion, but the characteristics of a lion is what we're going to study into. So a lion looks at this thing and he says, "I'm going to eat you." There's no fear in this guy. He says, "Okay, now I need other leaders. I'm not calling for dumb sheep here. I need other leaders." So what does he do? He makes a sound. You can watch them on the programs. They go this sound like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." You hear them. They don't go rah, whatever. They make this ooh, ooh sound. And what does that, when he makes a sound, what happens? Watch the programs, watch Discovery Channel or whatever. Other lions start coming, other leaders. So, does he need followers? No, he needs leaders. Leaders come together and they solve problems. Dumb sheep don't solve no problem, no nothing. Okay? And God doesn't want people to rule over other people. All right? So this thing of pastors ruling over people 20 years, that's unbiblical. For you to stay as a dumb sheep for 20, 30 years in the church is unbiblical, ungodly, because God wants you to be like Him in 2 years. God wants you all to become back to your original design, and that is have dominion, and that you are to be leaders. You are designed to be leaders, not stupid sheep. Okay? So now, the lions all come together, and then nothing stops them. The biggest elephant, the whole herd, no matter what size, no problem is big enough for a pride of lions. A group of leaders coming together. I don't want people coming here to be told what to do, this, do that, whatever. I want people to come together with ideas, working together, solve problems, working together as leaders. That's very difficult with missionaries today as well. And sorry, my little dog wants to say hello. Here he is. He just doesn't want to stay away from me right now. Okay, so people, I don't want dumb sheep coming here. If people, I want to train people up. If people want to come for training, yeah. But to be part of us, no. I want leaders to be with us, and I don't want to control nobody. We are to think for ourselves, have authority directly from God, and work together like lions. We should be making that sound, ooh, 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 and the other leaders will recognize that sound and come work together to solve problems. There in the Bible there says there are also other leaders. Don't think that people that present themselves as leaders, because there's some leaders that says they'll walk into a ditch. The blind lead the blind, so there are definitely leaders that are blind. Okay, but we need kingdom of heaven leaders that will work together. When people make the sound of leadership, and the people are attracted to leadership with other leaders working together, the churches should be empty, because the sheep should be out of their place and into the field, into the world, in bringing the kingdom of heaven culture, just like salt. You know, Jesus Christ says, "Be the salt of the earth." Now, If you're going to stay in the salt pot, what's going to happen to the salt? It becomes useless. And it says it's salt, no more salt, you throw it away, right? But for salt was designed to bring out what? Flavor. Bring flavor to the world. Get out of the salt pot. Don't want to be there for 2 years. Get out of that. Become a leader. Do what the salt was designed to bring out flavor. You were designed to bring dominion into your existence, and to bring the culture of heaven to this earth. And that's God's plan, and those plans never ever changed. And those laws before the Sabbath in Genesis 2 was have dominion. That's a law that's God's given us. People seem to have forgotten that. And then it says, be fruitful and multiply. God doesn't want us to be poor. He wants us to produce things. He wants us to solving solutions, finding solutions to problems. Okay? And whenever there's a problem, people will respect you for solving those problems. David, like I said, solved the problem of Goliath. And he's known to this very day because of that. Do not run away from your greatness. Problems, when solved, will bring greatness to you. Don't pray to God. Say, please God, please help me from this big trouble. I can't deal with it. No. Pray, dear God, help me to eat that thing. Maybe make sound. Maybe make that sound so other leaders can come together and we destroy that problem. Let this be in your life to this day. Be salt. Be the design of bringing flavor into this world and making a change. Do not stay in the salt pot, because there becomes useless and you're going to be dumb. We need to be brave. We need to be wise. Like God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Be wise. And if you are wise and you solve problems, you'll never ever be poor. I can promise you that. Wealth comes to solutions and not anywhere else. It's corruption that brings wealth in any other form than bringing solutions to problems. Again, thank you so much for your prayers, your support, the commitment we have around the world with people that are donating to this project, as we are all part of a team for the greater work of God in this world. Thank you once again, and God bless. For more information about the Amazonian Medical Mission, you can go to the Gospel Ministries International website, type in Amazonian Medical Mission under their projects, and then you'll see much more information about the projects we're doing, and also look for the Amazonian Radio Mission and see the work that's been done over there. Thank you so much for watching this video and for your prayers and your support. God bless you, as we say in Taman Chera Humbai.